What's up? What's up? You're leading it, aren't you?
Yeah, man, you kind of jumped in kind of early. What's up, everybody? It's David from the Free Play Mode coming at you with the October 20th, 2015 quick hit, and I'm here with a guest, one of my best friends, one half of the founders of the New Gaming Order, my boy since high school, Alex Lexus. What's up, Alex?
What's up? What's up? What you got in your crib? Shout out to Michael Hurdle. I'm back like the Juggernaut, bitch. Here on Free Play Mode. I had a little hiccup, but I'm glad to be back, and let's get it crack-a-lacking.
All right, so we got an interesting topic going on for everybody, and for those who don't know, for those of you who've been living under a rock and a cave for the past couple of months, story out of Konami, well, story out of the video gaming industry in general, is that October 9th was Hideo Kojima's last day at Konami, but Konami says differently in that Hideo Kojima is still an employee of Konami. He's just on quote-unquote vacation. So, Alex, what do you think about Konami's stance of Hideo Kojima being still employed with them but on vacation, or do you really think he's gone?
I'm gonna flat out say Kojima is indeed gone. What I believe has happened is it's damage control. You know what I mean? Same thing like when they knew Kojima was leaving. They're just like, oh, he's gonna finish the project, and there's gonna be this and that, blah blah blah. And he's taking. We had talked about this in brief yesterday, where Konami, it's all about the PR for them right now. And it's just, bro, they messed up. They know it. You know what I mean? And they just want to, again, damage control it. Kojima's just doing his thing in terms of, like, trying to play nice. He's cooperating with them. So that's what I think is happening. I think he's indeed gone. And the vacation is that 90-day no compete clause where he can't go somewhere else. So I think he's just riding it out that way.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I truly do think he is gone from Konami entirely, and that the vacation that they're talking about is the 90-day non-complete compete clause, and that they're just trying to spin it in a way to not make themselves looking like assholes when everybody in their
But they are
very much so, and they're trying to clean up their image to make it look like, oh, we're not totally the bad guys. Like, Kojima's still employed with us. No, it was just fun and games. We just wanted to reshuffle the deck, so to speak, here at Konami, but he's still here, guys. He's still here, and nobody's buying that bullshit. For real.
Now, you know what? Let me tell you something. The one thing I have to admire about Kojima, even after the way they treated him like toilet paper and wiped their ass with him after everything he's done for that fucking company, he still is playing ball with them. He still is dignifying this company and showing them that, hey, you know what? I know I'm leaving. However you want to spin it. Hey, let's make this thing look as if it's like a celebration of sorts. So it's probably his going away party. You know what I mean? This is just speculation, a lot of rumors. It is what it is. But I can't believe that he's still willing to work with them in that capacity. That's how I feel is going down. So,
dude, if Hideo Kojima was an American and he worked for an American company, like his story, he would be giving interviews left and right. You'd see stories on IGN, GameSpot, Kotaku. He'd be like, fuck them motherfuckers, this is how it actually went down. I'm serious. It's just a difference in the cultures, man. Like, Americans, when they get fired and they were wrong, they're burning that motherfucker to the ground.
Oh yeah, they're doing Barbara Walters specials and getting freaking reality TV shows and all that good stuff. It's like, man, Kojima, if he was in the States and he got terminated or treated like he got treated, everybody, Diane Sawyer, Mueller, all these people, 2020 would be all up in that. You know what I mean? So it's ironic to say the least, but it's just strange. Even after all that shows you Kojima's character as a man. You know what I mean? Like his honor, his loyalty to Konami. But I want to see how this pans out. But I mean, that's the thing with rumors. You just don't know until you know. You know.
We're operating off the assumption that Kojima is gone, which will lead me into the next question and topic of discussion. What's next for him? Where does he go from here? Is he gonna stay with video games? Is he gonna go into movies like he's always wanted to do? What do you see Hideo Kojima doing going forward, Alex?
Well, similar to. Well, here's the thing. I would like him to go into independent kickstarting or become like Platinum Games, where he has a studio and Microsoft can get access to them, Nintendo can get access to them, so on and so forth. Platinum Games has done really well with, Bayonetta 2, Transformers, Metal Gear Rising, just a hired gun, so to speak. So I think that should be where Kojima goes next, and then bring his team with them if they decide to reunite with that. But outside of that, and I got Shinwar trying to give me a call, but I'm gonna finish responding to you before we get into that. But yeah, I think he should go that route and just see how the luck works out for him.
What the heck?
Yo, what's up, Shinwar? Free play mode people. This is my other friend from high school, known him for a long time. Shinwar from the New Gaming Order. What's up, everybody? What's up,
Yo,
Shinwar?
what's going on? What? Yo, did I interrupt you guys?
Yeah, we're doing a quick hit, but it's all good.
It's like we're doing a joint show type of thing, so you get to chime in. It's good stuff.
Like what we're discussing is what does Hideo Kojima go from here now that he's gone from Konami? Shinwar, since you just kicked in the door waving a 4-4,
he let me in. Let me in. Yo, he didn't even know like a mini podcast is going on. He just showed up.
Yeah, he's a free agent, so I hope he makes the right decision and go where the money is. Gotta pull a bar off. Go where the money is. Yo.
More money, more money, more money.
Shut up, yo.
Well, where I see Hideo Kojima going forward is like, I think his situation is different from Platinum Games, whereas Platinum Games is known as a collective, and Hideo Kojima is known, he's like the big time game producer, like he's the golden child.
But he's only as good as his team. Right. Like I just want to make sure that
he's the face of his team, whereas Platinum Games stands like they're all out in front, whereas Hideo Kojima is the face of his team. So I think what'll happen is, instead of forming a gaming studio on his own and going independent, I think the big three, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, are gonna rush him and make him substantial monetary offers to form a gaming studio under their banner and bring his visions to their consoles exclusively.
Now, you know what? Jamil and I were talking about this yesterday, and Shinwar might get a laugh at this, but we were talking about it earlier when on my lunch break when I was talking to Shinwar. It's funny. I think Sony will approach Kojima first once he becomes that free agent, and the loyalty to the Japanese brothers, their culture. I foresee him either first Sony or Nintendo, and if not, I say Microsoft is a far cry unless they really reach into their pockets and give this man whatever he wants. I don't see Microsoft as an option for him, but I would like to see him as a hired gun studio where different companies or one of the three can go, hey, I want you to make this game for me. And they just wait their turn in line. You know what I mean? I think everybody would have better access. I don't know how Shinwar feels about that. But yeah, we were discussing it earlier, but I don't know.
Well, let's ask Shinwar how he feels about that. How do you feel, Shinwar? How do you feel about that?
Well, the way Shinwar feels about it is
he's talking about himself in third person. Unbelievable.
The loyalty is definitely there. I don't see him like joining any American company. I mean, I think we talked about it earlier. It's like Sony would be like the place to go. Heck, you never know. He might go to Capcom, but that would still be.
I highly doubt Capcom can't support it. They can't fund that. They don't got the money.
Yeah, and that's why they went to Sony. But I don't see him going to any American company. Definitely the loyal, to, like you said, to their brothers. Definitely
To their mothers.
Like where I see Hideo Kojima ultimately ending up is, I see Microsoft making a substantial offer, but I don't see him going to Microsoft because
He'd be crucified by his culture. Remember, we were talking about that on the New Gaming Order podcast, where
there's a difference between him and Itagaki. Itagaki just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and we were saying how Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden were primarily exclusives on Xbox original, and then later found its way on Sony. But it wasn't Itagaki that was doing it; it was his apprentice that did that, and that was Bandai Namco or Tecmo Koei, who really wanted to pull into the Sony market. So there you go.
I ultimately see like Nintendo and Sony being the main two options for Hideo Kojima, because they can approach him from two very distinct perspectives. Sony can come at him like, hey, we've backed you since Metal Gear Solid, you've had a history with us, you've had in addition to Metal Gear Solid, you've also had Zone of Enders on our system, which sold really well. So you know us. This is essentially your second home, and we like it to become your new home. That's the Sony angle. And Nintendo, they can come at it with a totally unique angle in that, hey, we have this NX coming out. We want you to be the front man for our Nintendo NX. Whatever your vision is,
he ain't gonna do that.
This is your playground. You can make it whatever you want. We will give you.
He said he ain't gonna do that.
we will give you unlimited, unfettered access to whatever you want to make the NX your playground, and that can be their pitch. And I will admit, it will be a very appealing pitch, because no developer has ever had like total run of a Nintendo console outside of Nintendo first-party developers.
But you know why Nintendo? It would be a bad move for him. Nintendo is still struggling in a Yo, my mic, yo. Yeah,
But
Nintendo, I'm sorry, is distant third, right? And you want Kojima is gonna be that quarterback wants to go to a winning team. So with that, I don't think as great as Kojima and his talents, his leadership to make a great AAA series and so on and so forth, I don't think it's enough to pull Nintendo up, you know what I'm saying? So,
but consider this. If he were to go to Sony would want him to make games that he previously made, like games that were similar to Metal Gear Solid, games that are similar to Zone of Enders. They will pigeonhole him into a certain genre, because that's.
But he's not about that. He wants to be creative. Wants creative freedom.
That's why I think Nintendo would be an alluring place, because he could go outside of that Metal Gear Solid box. He could go outside of that Zone of Enders box. He could make games like Snatchers again, which was a big game on Sega CD, because he does like that style of gaming. He does like the graphic novel style of gaming. He does like the interactive film style of gaming, because, as I've always said, you spend more time watching Metal Gear Solid than playing Metal Gear Solid.
Now, you know what? Nelson is on the call, my co-CEO.
It's an NGO invasion.
We doing what was that? The Monday Night Wars? Dang. But since it's a dual broadcast, I mean, you can pitch Nelson the question and see what he thinks. I know he's gonna have good things to say.
Well,
so
Nelson, since we're talking about it, where do you see Hideo Kojima going from here now that he's officially gone from Konami, but not officially gone, since Konami says he's on vacation?
Well, first off, thank you for having me on this podcast last minute's notice, because I was not aware.
Shut up.
But as of that
He got mad.
I would say that Kojima, but after he's done taking his 90-day vacation break, he most likely want to pursue the movie thing that he's been trying to get into since Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, will Sony would want to get him? sure,
Konami.
with any other company would want to get him and be able to extract all yet the same games that he's been making for like the past like 20 plus years, of course they do. But the thing that bothers me is that when Kojima leaves officially, which has already happened, he's not going to be able to take Zone of the Enders. He's not going to be able to take Metal Gear Solid. He's not going to be able to take Snatcher.
He loses the rights to his the IPs he helped create.
But let's be real. You could stick Hideo Kojima's name on a game of tic-tac-toe and it would sell.
I mean, it would sell because of what his accomplishments were. Yeah, of course.
Blow.
But the thing is that a lot of people are not really too sure anymore, and they're really concerned if Kojima is really done with gaming altogether, because he was fed up since Metal Gear Solid 3. He didn't want to make another one after that. Then what happened? Fans pleaded for 4.
Oh, the death threats and everything. Yeah, like it's craziness.
Here's a hook that Sony could dangle for Hideo Kojima to form a studio underneath them. Be like, hey, Hideo Kojima, we hear you want to make movies. Guess what? We own Sony Movies. We could put you on as a director of one of our projects.
Oh my gosh. And that's what I'm saying. Sony is probably gonna get him.
I mean, it could happen like that, but I think Kojima wants to make his own production, because that's what I've been hearing when he would blog every now and then. He wants to make his own production company and just start from the ground up with his own shit, not partner up with Sony Pictures or,
he would have control if he did that, right, Nelson? Like, he wouldn't be like, like with the Brock Lesnar Stone Cold podcast, he doesn't like to be boxed or like, hey, you do this, you do this. You know what I mean? Like, I think he wants to be able to express his vision, what's in his head. It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I don't think that he would partner up with any other company until he feels like he can't do it on his own. And again, the man he's a very smart person. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he has his own weird way of thinking, but
Yeah.
he's a smart fucking guy, and he knows like what makes money within like his type of genre.
he's Marty McFly.
All I can say is I wish
That messed
the
me
best,
up.
I wish the best for Hideo Kojima, and hopefully he
Alex
gets
Kojima.
and I hope he gets into something where it makes him truly happy and he doesn't fucking feel miserable like within the past like 5 years, because you knew he threw whatever he had left in him for Metal Gear Solid 5. He's like, alright guys, I had enough of this shit. It's done. You need to fuck alone now.
Like he maxed out. Like he maxed out a Metal Gear Phantom Pain.
I feel you, but it's always fun to speculate where Hideo Kojima, and that's a wrap for this topic. And I do want to thank the New Gaming Order staff for invading the free play mode quick hit.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Shinwar. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Nelson, for
You
coming
said screw
by.
you. Screw you, Shinwar. What?
Hey,
He said
hey.
thank you.
Whoa.
Don't.
Hey, see, and he's trying to turn it into something. It was unbelievable.
Whoa.
Oh,
This is not a family show.
Wow. No comment.
This is David from the Free Play Mode signing off for the quick hit of October 20th, 2015. We're out, folks. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.